Hey, Gutfoxx here. So, I want to go through the top 5 changes to MLB The Show 21. I could have probably stretched this list out to 10, but I will mention some honorable mentions at the end. I feel like 5 because it was the biggest 5 in my opinion, and that's kind of what we're going to go through. So, with MLB The Show 21 going next gen, there's going to be quite a few changes. Let's go into one of I guess, I don't know if it's bigger or minor. It really depends on your point of view. This one right here is PAR. What is PAR? It's perfect accuracy. Region is basically if you throw your pitch perfect, it ends up exactly in this region. Now, what is that region? It is this exact region right here around the baseball. So you're going to have to do a few things to do it perfect, and it's only on a few of the things. Like, we have had perfect pitching in the past. If you did, as you see, this is on a rookie mode, and a fastball, it's super small, so you're going to basically nail it. So different pitches, different fatigue levels affect that. We have had it, in past things, not just with perfect batting and hitting, but perfect pitching has kind of been what, I guess, we haven't had it in meter or analog before, but the circle one. Why can't I remember the circle? I always forget that one. Some of the comments let me remember what that one was called, man. I feel really dumb right now to not have that prep. But basically the ones where the circles collapse upon each other. Anyways, there's a new pitching mode to go along with this. I kind of want to show you, they have the different PAR regions for different pitches. Control obviously matters. Like I said, fatigue matters to make these things bigger and smaller for the certain pitches. So every pitcher and whatever their attributes will make that perfect region different. And that's going to show up. The pinpoint pitching is kind of included in there. So that's kind of like a twofer. Number one's kind of like a twofer. Basically, the pinpoint pitching, as you see, is like a certain motion you have to trace around here. You got to nail it based off the actual movement, and you got to do the speed. So there's a few. It's quite a difficult process if you guys want to see all these things going at once. For different pitches, there's different things. Like fastballs are just straight down and up, whereas two seam, sinker, cutter, screwball. These are very hard, right? There's quite a few. 12-6 go boom, boom, up and around. So there's quite a bit of I guess problems. Splitter looks pretty different too. So number one, I'd say are these pitching changes. A major overhaul. I think I'll probably stick with analog right away. I just feel more comfortable playing in the beta. It felt better in my opinion. Number 2, in my opinion, for changes is going to be fielding. And these wall and this is the indicator. Fielding's definitely changed. You see the indicator has changed. But I want to talk about at the wall type of catches. These are kind of insane. This indicator right here, they overhauled this. So you can actually reach over the wall now and knock the ball, catch the ball. I was going to say knock the ball down, but you really just want to catch it. I guess you can knock it down and then up back and catch it the second time, but it is kind of neat to be able to rob home runs. That's one of the most fun things you can do. It's pretty rare in MLB Show 20 to rob home runs. It has happened. I think I've robbed maybe 2 the entire year, and I think I've had a couple probably robbed against me too, but it is an enjoyable thing to do. So they're making it a little bit, I don't know about easier, but better, more consistent, and you can track it a little bit better now with that. So there is an outfield overall. You can now strafe the ball. So fielding changes, they're badly needed, right? Because there was a lot of inconsistencies, especially around the wall in previous versions of the game, and catching the ball, and a lack of urgency sometimes in the outfield was very frustrating. Players will play balls off the wall a lot better now. So this is pretty huge off the the hard part of Fenway, the green monster here. So they kind of line up and they kind of get back to it. You see that white line, you kind of strafe and line up with it. In the past, your guy would take off running instead of being able to strafe like that. So very neat. And then off-wall catches they talk about. They also talk about, and this is one part I don't really love as much. They brought jump catches into it. But I think later on in this thing, they talk about cutting the ball off. Right here. It brings you into this animation to make it a little easier to cut the ball off. So it's almost like these pre-canned animations are going to make fielding a little easier, which, it's not that big of a deal. Truly, fielding really doesn't have a huge skill gap in my opinion. But how people hate, Madden 2K for a lot of the animations they have that kind of suck you into it. And MLB The Show does that too, but they're bringing it and making it a little bit more suck in. All right. Number 3, the game styles is a pretty big deal. Casual, simulation, competitive. This is going to be like maybe something you don't really notice a whole lot, but this is a huge change and a huge, I guess, upgrade and a difference in the system. Basically, casual, easier, fun pick-up and play experience with emphasis on learning the game. Simulation, authentic MLB experience that displays true to the player and team ratings. And competitive, user stick skills reign supreme. Our online head-to-head default. Now, there's a lot to be said about what can be, I guess, what does stick skills, like if stick skill reigns supremes, how are players going to be playing differently out there? Why would I use Bryce Harper over any other lefty out there if the ratings don't really matter, right? We know for a fact they took discipline out of the ratings. That was going to be basically, sorry, the baby monitor is going off. That's, I guess it's up to be seen, right? And they'll tune the game through the year. It just sucks because I know Madden did the same thing a few years ago, and basically the developers came out and says it kind of sucks making basically 3 games every year because now they're expanding to, not only next gen but Xbox instead of PlayStation. It's free on Xbox this year. So yeah, it's they're biting themselves off a hard one. I would have preferred them kept it all on one instead of the rest, but instead of doing all these different things, as you see a little teaser at one of our other big changes. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Is we'll see with the game styles. I can't help but be a little skeptical, but I have nothing but hope for the future for that. Otherwise, another huge change, in my opinion, is this custom practice mode. Because I don't know how many of you guys practice. I do a little bit of practicing. If I'm having trouble against a pitcher, like if Corey Kluber or a Kershaw comes out again this year that everybody has the pitches, like you're going to see it a whole lot. I like to go into custom practice, and then I like to actually hit off them a few times to try and get better at them. So having the ability to say, all right, I struggle against Kluber's sinker. Now in the custom practice mode, you can go in and customize and say, all right, I only want you throwing your slider here into these portions of the zone. It is really nice. You can still use it if you have the beta download. Still go in and do that. The issue is you can't really change the sliders, and online gameplay have much higher sliders than offline. So it's something that you can't really get the online experience offline without messing with the sliders and turning up fastball and off-speed pitch velocity. So I definitely really do appreciate the custom practice and stuff that they put in here and the changes to it. So that's a huge change. That's number 4 on my list. Number 5 will be something kind of major, the ballpark creator. Obviously, this isn't like a ballpark. This is created. We went through a video yesterday on this. I'll link that video in the chat, or sorry, in the description below. Basically, you can change almost everything. It's insane. They have over 1,000. I think like 1,200. It's 1,200, 1,500. I don't remember. Individual pieces you can put out there in your outfield around your stadium that you can customize it, which is just kind of crazy to me. I've seen you'll see like snow places, big apartment complexes you saw in that trailer, alien spaceships defying the laws of physics. You saw the North Korean hotel that's empty. So it is kind of I guess amazing addition. I got no other words other than that about that the stadium creator. And it's just so cool. And the variety you'll see online is going to make the game kind of enjoyable. As long as people don't get too cheesy with it and screw with the batter's eye, which is, the biggest fear of all. But check out that video for more details on what you can and can't do in the Stadium Creator for 21. That's the video. Those are my top 5. For some honorable mentions, obviously they've tuned up so much in this game. Basically, they've made tunings to everything from hitting to fielding. Base running is going to be huge. They didn't really detail what they did with base running, but that's going to be basically, make or break with because I had a guy statically stay on third base. And then the guy in second base would just run into him. I hate that the game doesn't recognize, okay, well, maybe I should have stopped on second base if the guy on third base isn't moving. Instead, they just run to third base and the guy's just standing still. So I hope they did improve quite a bit of the AI with base running where you don't have to actually manually select everybody if they got a little smarter and actually ran kind of like you wanted to. So hopefully base running's improved. There's some few things like I talked about, some glitches in the previous year. They were very frustrating. First and third basemen are basically like stonewalls sometimes, no matter the fielding rating. And that's frustrating a lot. So hopefully more attributes there. The catcher defense also changed quite a bit. So defense is going to matter more there. The pop time is going to be different. We have some tag animation here that have been updated, of course. So that's kind of neat too. Check swings, like I talked about, it's very unforgiving. And that's kind of what I want to talk about for the honorable mentions. That is it for the top 5 changes in MLB The Show 21. Are you guys excited? I am freaking pumped. I hope you guys are too, as it's going to be a good year. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Otherwise, please sub and let me know in the comments what you're excited for.